Lymphoid organs categorized into two criteria: primary lymphoid organs and secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs, bone marrow and thymus. After maturations, lymphocytes migrates to form the secondary lymphoid organs. And these secondary lymphoid organs it categorize as spleen, lymph, mucosal associated lymphoid tissue already discussed. So now discuss acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. What is this? It is also known as the AIDS. AIDS was first reported in USA in 1989, and in last 25 years it has killed more than 25 million of people. AIDS means deficiency of immune systems. It means deficiency of immune system acquired during the lifetimes of an individual. It is a syndrome. Syndrome means group of symptoms caused by HIV. HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. It is the causative agents of disease like AIDS. So full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. HIV virus belongs to the group of retrovirus. It has RNA genome which enclosed in an envelope of proteins. It is transmitted by not physical contacts for the infected persons or more touch of the infected persons. It is transmitted by sexual contact with infected persons, by sharing infected needles, then by transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products. It also transmits from infected mother to her child through placenta. So suppose if mother is suffer from this type of disease, it is transmitted to her child during the pregnancy through placenta. It is spread only through body fluid, not by physical contact or touch. So it can be, hence we should not isolate it to the infected persons from family and society, because it is not spread by physical contact or touch. How to diagnose HIV? Diagnosis of AIDS are the various methods. First is viral culture, second is ELISA, third is PCR test, and then Western blotting, etc. Out of these, only ELISA and Western South blotting are widely used to diagnose the disease like AIDS. It is highly risk disease or categories of the persons. individuals or persons who have multiple sexual partners, sex with the partners. So, individuals who have multiple sexual partners. Drugs addicts who take intravenous drugs. It is very high risk category to spread the disease. Individuals who require repeated blood transfusion is also a way to transmit the disease from infected person to healthy person. Child born to HIV infected mothers, these are the criteria of high risk for transmission infected to healthy persons. So now we see the life cycle of HIV. First, virus enter the human body and macrophagus. So, after getting into the body of a person, the virus enters into macrophagus, where RNA is replicate to form viral DNA by enzymes reverse transcriptase, and the process is known as the reverse transcriptions. Now the viral DNA get incorporated here. The virus incorporated into the host genome DNA. DNA is make the virus, that this is a known as retrovirus, and its genome is also in the form of the RNA. Into the host cell DNA and direct the infected cells to produce viruses. The macrophage continues to produce viral particles. Enter helper T lymphocytes. Hence act as the HIV factory. Macrophages continue to produce viral particles, and it is known as HIV factory. The virus particles enter helper T lymphocytes in the blood, where they continue to replicate and produce viral progeny. Thus, the number of helper T lymphocytes progressively decreases in the body of the infected persons. Infected persons. And this as the number of T cells decreases, the immunity also decreases. As a result, affected individuals cannot produce any immune response against common bacteria like Mycobacterium, parasites like Toxoplasma, virus, virus and fungi. Infected cells can survive while viruses are being replicated and released. So these are the released virus. New viruses can infect other cells. It is also incubation period of this disease is variable, like few months to 5 to 6 years. Thank you. Good morning all of you. Today I am going to start the rest portion of the immunity. So first we discuss what is the immunity. You already known about it. So immunity is the ability of an organism to resist from the development of a diseases. Now immune system. Immune system is play an important role to recognize the foreign molecules related to antigens. Secondly, responds to them and to keep memory of these encounters. Third points play in the important role by the immune system is it play a crucial role in organ transplants, allergic reactions and autoimmune diseases. So human immune systems consist of antibodies, immune cells, lymphoid organs and lymphoid tissues. It has unique features of memory and infections of a large number of pathogens. So now we discuss lymphoid organs. Organs where lymphocytes originate or proliferate and get matural are known as lymphoid organs. Now lymphoid organs where lymphocytes originates, proliferate and get matured. So lymphoid organs are categorized into two groups. First is primary lymphoid organs and second is secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs are those organs where lymphocytes originate and mature to become antigen sensitive. Immature lymphocytes differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocytes, and after maturations lymphocytes migrates to secondary lymphoid organs. Primary lymphoid organs are bone marrow as well as the thymus. So bone marrow is the main primary lymphoid organs. Here all the blood cells including lymphocytes are provides microenvironments for the developments and maturations of B lymphocytes. So bone marrow is the main primary lymphocytes. It is also known as the factory of RBCs. So bone marrow is known as factory of RBCs. It is present inside our body for detections of the severe diseases. Thymus is the another primary lymphoid organs. It is a lobed organs. Thymus is a lobed organs. It is located near our heart and beneath the breastbone. It is quite large at the time of birth, but reduced with the age. So thymus present at the time of birth, it becomes very large and it reduced with the age. At puberty, it is very small in size. It provides also microenvironment for the developments and maturations of T lymphocyte. So you always keep it in your mind. Bone marrow provides microenvironments for the B lymphocytes and thymus provide microenvironments for T lymphocytes, and these are the major differences between bone marrow and thymus primary lymphoid organs. Then secondary lymphoid organs. Secondary lymphoid organs are those type of organs which is after maturations of the primary lymphoid organs. So after maturity, lymphocytes migrates to secondary lymphoid organs. The organs where lymphocytes interact with the antigen and proliferate to becomes effectors. For example, spleen, lymphoid nodes, mucosal associated lymphoid tissues, tonsil, Peyer's patches of a small intestine and appendix are the best examples of secondary lymphoid organs. Spleen, it is a large bean-shaped organs and contains lymphocytes and phagocytes. So a spleen is large bean-shaped organs contain lymphocytes and phagocytes. It acts as a filters of the blood by trapping blood-borne microorganisms. It is large reservoir of RBC. So a spleen is also known as the blood bank of the body. It is reservoir of red blood cells. Red blood cells we denoted as the RBCs. So it is a small bean-shaped organs. Lymphoid nodes. These are small solid structures present at different points along the lymphatic systems. Lymphatic systems related to our circulatory system. So it is constitutes with the help of lymph nodes, lymphoid tissues and lymph glands. So it is a small solid structures present at different points along with the lymphatic systems. They trap microorganisms or other antigens that enter the lymph and tissue fluid. Antigen trapped in the lymph nodes activate the lymphocytes and produce an immune response. So these are the major functions of lymph nodes. Mucosal associated lymphocytes, lymphoid tissues, mucosal associated lymphoid tissues. It is formed of masses of lymphoid tissues. Mucosal associated lymphoid tissue is the mass of lymphoid tissue, like lining the mucosa of respiratory, digestive and urinogenital tracts. 50% of lymphoid tissues in human body is formed by the MALT. MALT means mucosal associated lymphoid tissue. So these are the components of the immune system. So our immune systems consist of 4 various types of components. First is lymphoid organs, second is immune cells, third is antibodies, and fourth is lymphoid tissues. Lymphoid organs categorized into 2 different types of organs. First is primary lymphoid organs, then secondary lymphoid organs. Secondary lymphoid organs is the migrations of the lymphocytes